Hi guys, this is Brittany King from At Least 10 Designs. Today I'm going to show you how to cut and block your muslin for draping. So to start off, you want to figure out how big you want your pieces. So you do this by measuring the design lines on your dress form. As you can see here, I'm measuring each section that is separated by a seam line, just to give me an idea how wide and how long I need to make the pieces for cutting out. I originally didn't have a princess seam, so I cut out a piece and realized it was way too big, so I need to cut another one. So I'm sorry it's really hard to fit on the screen, but so my measurements were 25 by 18, and I'm marking these on the muslin and giving it a snip. And you will see later, next here, you just take that snip and you tear the muslin. This ensures that it's on the grain, and you do the next. So that's the crosswise that I'm ripping, and now we're doing the lengthwise grain. And there you should have your cut piece to your dimensions, except for the selvage, and you want to do the same thing here. You give a little snip. It should be about 1/2 inch, mine's a little wider. But just give it a little snip and tear it. That prevents the muslin from curling or twisting by being constricted by the selvage. And there you have it. Now we're ready for ironing. But you might want to mark your lengthwise grain with a pencil to show which direction it is going. This will help you know which way your pieces are. So there's some finished ones there waiting to be draped. And now we are ironing the muslin piece we just cut. And you want to make sure you iron straight across, either the lengthwise or the crosswise or both, just never on a bias. So we're doing some little speed ironing here, but you want to use as little steam as possible. I use some on a crease near the bottom. That was a little deep, so I used a little bit of steam there, but basically you just want to be firm. You want to make sure that you're going on the crosswise or the lengthwise and nothing in between. This will prevent your muslin from stretching or shrinking. So the next part is aligning your warp and weft grain so that they are square, and you can do this by putting your muslin on a sheet of grid paper, or like I do, a mat with the grid on it, or just by drawing a square line with an L square. So as you saw, my piece is a little bit out of alignment. So I'm taking the corners and stretching out the bias, and this should get those grain lines to go back into their natural state, which should be perpendicular to each other and at a right angle. And this may take a couple of times to do, so I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit here, and that's me working on just lining up the lengthwise grain and checking out the crosswise at the top to make sure they're at a right angle. So after a couple of times, you can see here my piece is at a right angle, and at the top there it all lines up much better, and your piece is now on grain. You can make a red line that runs square from the top to the bottom. And the grid paper really helps with this too. You can see it through the muslin. And you can just draw a red line or whatever color, usually red. I use a Sharpie and I just draw my line on the piece. This is so you can check your vertical lines on your drape and make sure they're all running straight. So much for watching this video. If you want to see more of these draping tutorials, please let me know in the comments and make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.